Today we are making a vegan matcha cheesecake, perfect for the summer, starting right now. We're gonna start by making the crust. We have 1 1/4 cups of almond flour, followed by 1/4 cup of almond butter. Now we'll add 1/4 cup of agave nectar and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and mix those well to combine. You should end up with almost like a crumbly dough consistency, and this is going to form the base of our crust. Now I'm gonna make this into a cheesecake pie, so I've got my pie dish here, but if you have a springform pan, you can definitely do this in one of those and it'll be more of a traditional cheesecake type of shape. But I like pie too. So we're gonna go ahead and just take all of that crust mixture, gently smooth it out all over the bottom of your pie dish. And then when you get to the edges, you're gonna kind of make it go up a little bit to make a crust. You can also use the bottom of a measuring cup to help flatten out the crust and make it a nice even layer, and also to help push some of the crust mixture closer to the edges. And then once we get to the edges, you just want to kind of take your fingers and gently smooth out the mixture so that you have a little bit of a crust rising up along the sides. If you're doing this in a springform pan, you won't have to go up the sides. Just make sure that it's a nice even layer along the bottom of your springform pan. You want your crust to look something like this by the time you're done. Go ahead and put this in the freezer while we prepare our filling. For our filling, we're gonna start with 1 cup of raw cashews. If you have a high-powered blender, you can just put them in like that. But if you don't have a high-powered blender, you can soak your cashews for a couple hours or boil them for 10 minutes to soften them up. Now you want to add 1/2 cup of coconut milk, and for the coconut milk you want to make sure you're using full fat coconut milk and that you're scooping up the creamy part. You don't really want the liquidy part of the coconut milk. Now we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, as well as 1/4 cup plus an extra tablespoon of maple syrup. So all in all, 1/4 cup and a tablespoon of maple syrup. Now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and just a pinch of salt. Cover that up and blend it. So here is the base of our filling. Now you might be asking, where is the matcha? Why is this not green? Well, we're gonna set aside 3 tablespoons of this white mixture, and you will see why in just a bit. Now we are going to add some organic matcha powder to our mixture, and this is what's gonna give it that lovely matcha flavor and that beautiful green color. So in we go with 2 teaspoons. There's 1 and 2, and blend this up. All right, oh, look at that beautiful matcha green color. All right, go ahead and take your crust out of the freezer, and now go ahead and pour in that beautiful matcha green filling. Oh, I just love this color for summer. Now just take a spatula and gently spread out your filling to be evenly distributed. Okay, and then the next thing, I do recommend tapping your dish on the surface a few times to help eliminate any possible air bubbles. All right, now we are going to take that white vanilla mixture that we set aside previously to decorate the top of our cheesecake. So just gently put some dollop of that mixture along the surface of your cheesecake. And we're gonna make some interesting patterns with this in a moment. So you'll have something like this, and then use a skewer or a cake pot stick or a chopstick and just kind of let your imagination run free with this. I like to start in the middle, pull some of that mixture out, make it a little bit spirally, kind of like a spider web, but prettier. And the farther out you pull it, the more intricate the design will be. So just do you. Do your thing. So by the time you're done, you can have a pattern somewhat similar to this. It's really up to you how fine of swirls you want to make, but I'm pretty happy with the way that this one looks. You can really make some beautiful, incredible looking designs along the surface. Go ahead and give your cheesecake dish a little tap once again to remove any other bubbles that might have popped up. Okay, and then you are going to freeze this, preferably overnight, but at least 3 to 4 hours for the filling to set. Well, take a look at our beautiful matcha cheesecake pie. It has been in the freezer overnight, and I just took it out a few minutes ago to help it thaw out before we serve it. So let's go ahead and take a slice. Oh my goodness, look at how luscious and creamy this matcha cheesecake looks. I'm ready to take a bite. Oh my gosh. Drop a like for that creamy texture. Looks so good. Can't wait to try. This looks so good. Wow. Wow, that is a super good cheesecake. You definitely get a little bit of nuttiness from the crust, and the actual filling is super creamy and refreshing from the lemon juice, and you still get that hint of the matcha flavor through. This is just a super refreshing cheesecake. I think it's perfect for the summer. Comment below what other kind of cheesecake flavors do you want to see on the channel, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future recipes. I'll see you next week. Bye.